folks, I'm Papa Boris here, playing some more Architects of Amytis. This will be my first time playing against someone, and not someone. I've played a couple of games, two games I've played against strangers on Board Game Arena. We're up against Steph Mill, and I'm trying to engineer the interface to see what I need to see. I kind of want to see their board. I guess this cuts off things a little bit, but it's fine. All right, now I am not an expert at this game. So, don't take any strategy advice from me, but I will explain what I am thinking, whether what I am thinking makes sense or not. So, one thing I have found is that it's pretty good to get tic-tac-toes and get these king's favors. So, my opponent made a very logical move. They went into the center, and so I'm also going to try to, get a tic-tac-toe. So, let's grab, I think, this market over here, going in the corner, and let's try to work towards one of these accomplishments. So we'll put it up at the top there and see if we can work our way towards this 10-point project. I could, of course, have rotated it and put it differently, but I figure it's geometrically equivalent. Might as well do it. All right, so my opponent now is going for a tic-tac-toe over here, which is fine with me. And so what I'm going to do is just mind my own business and try to get my own tic-tac-toe. We'll go over here, stick that in the bottom? Yes. So as not to interfere with this green one that I've already started. And we're going to call that a day. So now if my opponent wants to get a king's favor, he can. Or my opponent will block me, and then I will block him, and then neither of us gets a king's favor. But I feel like ignoring the king's favor is something that you do at your peril. So I'm not worried too much about the points. I guess walls are worth 2 points, but not in the middle, so I'll put it over here. And that's actually fine because with my starting projects, I can do this and this purple to complete that one, and then I can go 3 across to complete that one, so it's actually fine. I don't really care too much about the buildings I'm getting. I'm not worried about... Oh, hey! Oh my god, I'm a genius! My opponent beat me at tic-tac-toe! Oh god, I was like, oh, we'll both just not get one. So notice my opponents stay on the board. So he got a tic-tac-toe, but I did not. So I'm actually a moron. I really should have not let that happen. All right, so we'll do this. So now my opponent's architects will disappear, and then mine will disappear on my turn. So actually, this is a little bit of a problem, because if my opponent keeps doing that, then I'm never going to get any tic-tac-toes. Okay, luckily my opponent went in the corner. Maybe they wanted an orange tile. Actually, they're going for this big 12-pointer. Yep, that makes perfect sense. All right, well, I'll just go to the middle because the middle's a nice spot for me. I can complete this 8-point project and call it a day. By the way, I don't know if I mentioned this, but the second player starts with an extra project in their stack. So it's a little bit of compensation for losing the player order lottery. All right, so my opponent's going to go there, and they're going to go for a tic-tac-toe, and I'm honestly fine with playing tic-tac-toe here because this is a really natural tile for me to take anyway. This gives me a project tile, or a project card, and it also blocks my opponent's tic-tac-toe, and it threatens my own tic-tac-toe, so I'm fine with it. We'll just go there to be annoying. And so if I go here, I can complete this one, and I can also get a new project. This is the palace, and I'm gonna go ahead and take that one, because if I get another blue tile there, then I will have my 3 for blue, which is great. So now my opponent, I'm guessing, is gonna go here to block me from getting a tic-tac-toe and be annoying. And I cannot force a tic-tac-toe the way they could, so what I would probably do is just block them with this one, which would give me my project. And what is this? 2 points for each tile with the same color. That's 6 points. I'm completely fine with it. Okay, so my opponent went here, which is interesting. It means that no matter what I do, my opponent isn't getting a tic-tac-toe. So the question is, do I want to go here and get a tic-tac-toe right now, or do I want to go here, which is better for me because it gives me a blue one, and just get this project done. What I think I want to do is I do want to get my tic-tac-toe right now and get the king's favor. So this gives me 2 points per wall on the edge of the board. I don't know which of these is really good to go for. I think if we rotate, though, this one could be one. Purple, purple, green. I would just need to stack a green here and then do orange there. So okay, we'll try that. I kind of am abandoning that tile in that case, but we can always stick a green on top of this if needed. It's fine. So we'll go there. We'll get 4 points for having the walls, and I get a king's favor. So my opponent's going for these. I think if I let them have all 4, it's like 8 points per, which is fine. I'm okay with that. I like this one because I tend to play spread out anyways because, you know, stacking stuff is a bit more advanced. And one way that someone beat me and then I proceeded to beat the next person I played is just by getting both of these. And most of your stacks are going to be 1 or 2, so you end up getting 3 or 2 points per stack, you know, and it's pretty good. All right, so here, my opponent has got 4 architects placed, which means that I don't have to worry about them getting a tic-tac-toe. So I could take a blue one, which would let me finish this, or I could take the middle, because the middle makes it easier to get king's favors. Of course, you can still get a king's favor if you don't go in the middle, but I think I'll just go to the middle here. This is awkward. If I stack over top of this, it's only going to be worth 1 point, but if I put this in a separate space, yeah, it's an unfortunately not very high scoring tile. I either put this like off to the corner and just kind of randomly does nothing, or I actually try to get points with it. You know what? Why don't we take a blue one? This one's a good one, I think. This is, yes, 1 point for every tile that has the same number of tiles in the stack. So if I go here, this is actually a whopping 8 points. I don't know how good it is to try to go after points from the buildings as a strategy, but since that one made a project for me and it was worth 8 points, and it seems like a lot of points, I figured I would go for it. Okay, so my opponent took a palace, which gave them another projectile, and there are no other palaces on the board. So I don't have a whole lot to do here except try to go for a tic-tac-toe. So I could go in the middle, but then my opponent can go here and block me, and then if I go here, my opponent can block me again. What I'd like to do instead is go here, because what this allows you to do, or me to do, is threaten a tic-tac-toe down here, and that's a pretty crappy space for my opponent. My opponent basically gives up the ability to get a tic-tac-toe if they go there. So this is actually like not a totally trivial thing, these tic-tac-toe elements, because if my opponent goes here, I can go here, threaten 2 different tic-tac-toes, and then my opponent can't stop me and can't get a tic-tac-toe themselves. So actually, I think my opponent made a pretty smart move. If I go here to block his tic-tac-toe, then he can go here to block mine, and then I can't get another one. So either I get a tic-tac-toe, and then my opponent gets a tic-tac-toe, or I just let this go, get a tic-tac-toe myself, and my opponent gets one, or I block his, and then neither one of us gets one. So that's a pretty good play, I think, by my opponent. Nicely done, nicely done. All right, I'm gonna go here. Which one is this one? Visible tile with the same color. Okay, so I'm just gonna put this in the corner because I don't have a reason at the moment to make anything blue. So we'll just get a flat 1 across the board. And that gives me 8 points and I get a king's favor. What I'm gonna do here is I'll just, keep doing my very simplistic strategy. We're just gonna go for this one. As long as actually, you know what? I've made 3 projects. Fine, I'll take this one. This one makes it so that you get 2 points for every project completed. So it's already 6 points. I feel like that's pretty solid. All right, so now I kind of want to replace these with oranges to make my 10-point project. And maybe get a palace at some point to get more projects, but there are no projects currently available. My opponent decides not to take a tic-tac-toe. Well, I don't know if that's wrong or not. I am not an expert at this game. And also, no, my opponent is getting a tic-tac-toe because my architects get removed. Oh, very, very clever, very clever. Okay, so what I'm gonna do here, this is a pretty crappy tile for my opponent. 2 points for every tile with the same color. My opponent has no other purples. So I'll go here because I need an orange. I'll block that tic-tac-toe, make my opponent get this inferior tic-tac-toe, and we'll just stick a wall over here. It's 4 points, it's not the greatest, but after my opponent goes here, what I can do is I can just get this orange tile or this one, and then complete this project and call it a day. Now this is unfortunate because after my opponent goes here and collects a king's favor, what's gonna happen is their architects will actually stay on the board. So if I go here, then my opponent's turn will happen, their architects will return to the supply, and they'll be able to go here and block my tic-tac-toe very nicely. So it's a little bit tricky for me now to get a king's favor. What I think I might try is to go here, and the reason for that is that with this, I can still complete my project, and if my opponent then goes in the middle, I can go here with my third architect and double threaten a king's favor. So I get a king's favor no matter what. And then I'm kind of keeping king's favor parity with my opponent. So that's what I'm gonna try. We're gonna go here, and then I'll do this to complete that project. So that's my 4th project. I'm keeping up with my opponent, though my opponent does have the ability to get a 5th one. They just need a blue, and they got a 5th. But I am getting 8 points for this favor, which is pretty nice. Yep, they're getting a blue. That makes perfect sense. And so now, unfortunately, there's no palaces for me with which to get another project. So what I think I'm going to do is just look at, oh, these are the same. Okay, so I don't want to go here because then my opponent can block me there. I suppose what I'll do is just go here. This is threatening 2 different tic-tac-toes. And what is this? Points per architect. Okay, it's only 4 points. It's not the greatest. What I'm going to do here is, I don't want to make a 3 because at the moment, I haven't committed to this thing yet. So maybe I just want to keep my 1s alone and actually do make a 3. Like if I made a 3 right there, I'd have a staircase. This would become a 6-point favor. Unfortunately, I'm not in a great position to make another staircase out of that 3. But if I then put something in this corner, then this favor would actually be worth 10 points. Okay, we'll try that. Since I'm not able to get more projects, we'll start trying to make the corners into 3s for staircases and for tiles in the corner worth 5 points favors. Okay, so my opponent's minding their own business, makes sense. I could go there and I could block their tic-tac-toe, but I think I'm fine with just taking this and getting 6 points for it and making a 3 in the corner, and then grabbing this, which is worth 10 points for me. My opponent has 1 staircase. It'll be difficult for them to get another one, I think. Okay, so we'll just take this because it is orange and gives me a king's favor. So we'll go here. And then, wait, what is this thing? Same color. Okay, perfect. So that's 6 points. And then, yep, I'll just shove it down. And then this is worth 6 points for me, but this I have 2 corners with 3s in them. So I will do that, and that'll be worth 10. And now I don't know if I should be trying to end the game or not. My opponent does have an extra project. I do have an extra king's favor. Maybe I should try to end the game. I went second, so if I end the game, then the game ends immediately. My opponent did unfortunately get 1 more king's favor. I could try to drag it out and get another king's favor. This is actually really interesting because, yeah, I could just go here and end the game right now. What is this? This is 1 point per architect on the board. So I would get 4 points and end the game. Okay. Alternatively, I can go to this 3 stack and try to get another corner pile and another, what's her face? And another staircase, maybe? No, not staircase. It would be another corner pile, and that's pretty much it. I can just try to make another corner pile, but I'm digging into these points because I currently have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these, which is 18. Yeah, I think I just want to end the game. So what I'm going to do is I'll play this, and now I want to make sure I don't mess up my 1s. So I will just stick it right there and confirm, and that should end the game. And so now let's see what happens. Oh, my opponent has a lot of points, but I have more points. Yay, I win. Okay, thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like and or subscribe, and I will see you again soon. Take care. Okay, now if you want to stick around for the bonus time at the end, let's take a look at what actually happened at this game that made me win, because I don't really follow it. Oh, is there not a summary here? No, this doesn't have that like nice summary feature that some board game arena games do, where like it'll like have a little table that's showing you all the stuff that happened right at the end. So unfortunately, we have to piece that together for ourselves. So my opponent had this royal favor, which is 2 points per stack of 2, and he had 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. That was 8, and then my opponent had 2 here, so that was 10. So that's 18 points for favors. I had 2 corners with a 3, that's 10. I had completed 4 projects, so that's 8, so that's 18. And then I had another 6 of these, so that's another 18. So I had 36 from King's Favors. All right, I think it's approximately accurate to say that was probably the difference, is that I had 36 points from favors where my opponent had only 18. Maybe that's an accurate analysis, maybe not. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you again soon. Take care.